Chosen one. God's chosen ones. Demonic attack is here. Say this prayer now. Today, as you sit and watch this video, understand that you are stepping into a sacred space where the forces that seek to weaken, distract, or destroy your spirit are gathering strength around you. You may have felt a heaviness, a persistent fear, or an unshakable anxiety that seems to come from nowhere. That feeling is not accidental. It is the prelude, the signal of unseen forces attempting to infiltrate your life. These attacks are targeted, strategic, and often silent, creeping into your energy and shaping your thoughts, emotions, and actions without your conscious awareness. But hear this, chosen one. You are not powerless. You are a vessel of divine protection, and with awareness and action, you can repel these forces and restore clarity, peace, and spiritual authority to your life. Before we proceed, I want to invite you to engage with the energy of this moment. As you watch this video, keep your heart open and your intention clear. In the next moments, we will focus on a powerful prayer that calls forth protection, healing, and divine intervention. But first, take a deep breath and allow yourself to connect with the light within you, the eternal spark that no darkness can extinguish. Let this video serve not only as guidance but as a catalyst for transformation. And as you prepare to immerse yourself fully, I encourage you to participate in a small but potent exercise. Take a moment to write in the comments section your warmest wishes for yourself and the world around you, and include the number 66 as a symbol of alignment with the universal energy. This is a time when wishes, intention, and the act of declaration combine to energize the universe, amplifying the protective and restorative power that you are about to invoke. When you commit your energy to this, the spiritual currents respond. Your wishes are not mere words, they are invitations to the universe to recalibrate in your favor. Now, let us confront the reality of the demonic forces that seek to challenge you. These forces are cunning, relentless, and often invisible. They operate through subtle manipulations, negative thought patterns, fear, doubt, and the distortions of truth. Often, they will attack where you are most vulnerable: your mind, your emotions, your sense of purpose. They may whisper false narratives, encouraging you to believe that you are alone, powerless, or undeserving of divine protection. They exploit uncertainty, fear, and unresolved trauma. The key to their power is your silence, your unawareness, and your hesitation. That is why you are here now, to awaken, to resist, and to reclaim your spiritual sovereignty. The first step in repelling these attacks is recognition. A demonic attack is not always loud or dramatic. It may manifest as chronic fatigue, sudden bursts of anger, depression, confusion, or physical symptoms without clear cause. It may appear as a persistent series of unfortunate events, as if the universe itself has turned against you. These signs are subtle, yet they are urgent calls to action. Your spirit knows, even if your mind does not fully grasp it. Awareness is your shield. Discernment is your sword. Once you identify these intrusions, you can act with purpose, invoking spiritual strategies that remove their influence from your life. The prayer we are about to recite is not ordinary. It is a conduit of divine energy that strengthens your inner core, establishes boundaries against malevolent forces, and reconnects you to your sacred purpose. This prayer is structured to activate protective energies around you, energies that exist both within and beyond your immediate perception. As you repeat it, either aloud or silently, you will notice shifts, tension easing, clarity emerging, and a sense of fortified spiritual presence. Feel the words resonate not only in your mind, but through every cell of your body. Let the vibrations of faith, authority, and courage fill the spaces where fear has attempted to settle. While engaging in this prayer, understand that the forces you confront are persistent. They may attempt to disrupt your focus, lure you into doubt, or tempt you with distractions. Maintain unwavering attention. Visualize a brilliant light surrounding you, impenetrable and alive, deflecting every negative force. Feel it expand beyond your immediate presence, creating a protective field that strengthens with every declaration, every breath, every intentional thought. This is the divine armor of the chosen. No attack, no matter how intense, can penetrate a spirit that has awakened to its authority and aligned with higher guidance. It is also essential to cultivate spiritual hygiene daily. This means cleansing your environment, your mind, and your soul from residual negativity. Whether through prayer, meditation, smudging, or deliberate focus, create rituals that keep your energy clear and your defenses active. Demonic forces thrive on stagnation, on shadows of doubt, and on the spaces where spiritual vigilance has waned. By maintaining practices of clarity and alignment, you fortify your life against future incursions. Remember, this is not a one-time act. Protection is continuous, a daily commitment to honor your sacred space and the divine power that resides within you. As you continue this journey, be aware that these attacks may also appear through others. Negative influences, toxic relationships, and even unintended emotional exchanges can serve as conduits for malevolent energy. Approach interactions with discernment, setting clear boundaries, and shielding your heart from absorption of destructive energies. Your responsibility is not to judge others, but to maintain your energetic integrity. Recognize when forces are acting through external channels and take conscious steps to release, protect, and cleanse without guilt or hesitation. The prayer itself is designed to be more than words. It is a ritual of activation, calling forth divine protection in every direction. Begin by centering yourself, breathing deeply, and acknowledging your inherent authority. Visualize a radiant sphere of golden light encompassing your entire being. With each word of the prayer, imagine this light intensifying, creating layers of protection that repel darkness and attract clarity, strength, and divine guidance. Feel the connection to the source, to the highest energy, and to the lineage of those chosen to walk in spiritual power. Allow yourself to be filled with the awareness that you are supported by forces far greater than any obstacle or attack. As the prayer grows in intensity, notice how your perception shifts. What once seemed overwhelming or uncontrollable becomes manageable, even powerless. The energy of fear dissolves in the presence of your awakened authority. Every corner of your mind, heart, and spirit that has been targeted begins to realign, strengthened by your intention and the universal support you are invoking. Resistance transforms into empowerment. Anxiety transforms into clarity. Confusion transforms into discernment. Continue to speak or internalize the words with intention, visualizing every negative force recoiling, unable to penetrate your divine armor. Picture them dissipating into nothingness, absorbed by light, neutralized, and rendered powerless. Your will, your faith, and your focus are instruments of immense strength. No external influence can override the protective and restorative energy you are generating. Understand that this is your birthright, your inherent authority as a chosen one, to stand firm, to resist darkness, and to manifest a life of spiritual alignment and power. Finally, as you close this first part of the prayer and preparation, remember that spiritual vigilance is continuous. The attacks may ebb, but they rarely vanish entirely without ongoing awareness. Make a commitment to protect your energy daily, to reaffirm your alignment with the divine, and to engage in practices that nurture your spirit. Your presence here today is a declaration. You will no longer be passive, you will no longer be swayed by fear, and you will no longer allow darkness to dictate your reality. You are awake, you are chosen, and you are empowered. Every step you take from this moment forward carries the weight and authority of the divine, repelling demonic influence and inviting blessings, clarity, and protection into your life. As you move deeper into this moment, understand that awareness alone is not enough. Spiritual combat is both subtle and direct, requiring vigilance, ritual, and the active engagement of your faith and energy. The forces you face are patient and strategic. They exploit weakness, hesitation, and distraction. Therefore, your focus must be unwavering. Begin each day with intentional grounding. Breathe deeply, feel your connection to the earth beneath you, and acknowledge the divine presence that surrounds you. This act alone, simple yet profound, creates the first line of defense. It signals to the universe and to any opposing force that you are awake, aware, and prepared. One of the most powerful tools in your arsenal is visualization. Imagine a sphere of light surrounding you, not just a faint glow, but a radiant, impenetrable field of energy that extends beyond your physical body. With each breath, see it expand, fortify, and solidify. This light is not passive. It is alive, responsive, and fiercely protective. Any negative energy or attack that approaches is deflected, absorbed, or dissolved. Visualize it constantly, even in moments when you are alone or distracted. The more vividly you see it, the more real it becomes, both spiritually and energetically. It is also critical to engage your senses fully in this protective process. Smell, sound, and touch can all be activated to reinforce your spiritual shield. Incense, candles, or essential oils can act as conduits for divine energy. Sound, whether through prayer, affirmations, or chanting, vibrates through the environment, cleansing and repelling negativity. Touch, such as gently placing your hands on your chest or head, can direct energy inward, reinforcing your internal shield. These physical manifestations of intention are not symbolic alone. They carry real energy that strengthens your spiritual presence and fortifies your defense. Understand that demonic attacks often operate through deception and distraction. They may create illusions of success, failure, or despair. They may cause patterns in your life that seem coincidental, but are orchestrated to destabilize your energy. Recognizing these patterns requires mindfulness. Begin to notice repeated cycles of negative events or thoughts. Journal them, examine them, and speak them into the light of awareness. Each act of recognition strips these forces of power. They feed on ignorance and secrecy. When brought into the light, they weaken and retreat. Practical rituals are equally essential. Establish a daily routine where you actively cleanse your space and yourself. Begin by cleansing your physical environment, decluttering, purifying, and arranging it to invite light and clarity. Then move to energetic cleansing. Visualize negative energies being drawn away from you and replaced with radiant light. This can be accompanied by prayer, affirmation, or even gentle physical movement to release stagnant energy. By maintaining this practice consistently, you create a sanctuary that is difficult for demonic influence to penetrate. Another powerful practice is boundary setting. This is both energetic and psychological. Energetically, visualize a protective barrier that only allows positive, divine, or neutral energy to enter. Psychologically, assert your autonomy and your right to protection. Speak your boundaries aloud or internally. Declare that you will not tolerate intrusion, fear, or manipulation. These declarations are not acts of arrogance. They are expressions of truth and alignment. Demonic forces can only operate where permission is subtly or overtly granted. Your clarity and assertiveness cut off their access immediately. Community can also play a critical role. Surround yourself with individuals who uplift, inspire, and maintain spiritual integrity. Negative or toxic influences can be pathways for malevolent energy, so be deliberate in choosing companions who reinforce your protective energy rather than diminish it. Share prayers, intentions, and affirmations with trusted allies. Collective focus amplifies protective energy, making it exponentially more difficult for dark forces to penetrate. Your network is both shield and amplifier of light. Intense attacks may come in moments of doubt or vulnerability. They often strike when you feel isolated, overwhelmed, or unworthy. In these moments, return to the anchor of your breath, your visualization, and your prayer. Speak affirmations that assert your divine protection, your worthiness, and your strength. Remind yourself that these forces are not stronger than you. They are opportunistic. Your awareness, intention, and courage render them powerless. Internal repetition of protective statements builds resilience, strengthens your energy field, and reinforces the certainty of your divine authority. It is also vital to recognize that spiritual attacks can manifest physically and emotionally. Fatigue, sudden illness, or unexplainable agitation may signal external interference. Treat these signals with seriousness. Rest, replenish, and actively engage in cleansing and protection. Physical self-care is a spiritual act. Nourishing your body, staying hydrated, and maintaining balance directly affects your energy and your capacity to repel attacks. Your body is a vessel for divine energy. Caring for it is an essential part of fortifying your spiritual armor. Remember that consistency is key. Demonic forces are relentless and patient. A single moment of neglect or distraction can provide them with an opening. Therefore, integrate protection into every aspect of your daily life. Begin and end each day with prayer or meditation. Visualize your protective sphere regularly. Cleanse and affirm your energy, and maintain clear boundaries with others. Spiritual fortification is a lifestyle, not a one-time act. The discipline of vigilance ensures that you remain strong even when attacks are persistent or disguised. Finally, embrace the transformative power of these practices. Each attack repelled, each moment of clarity, each act of protective intention reinforces your connection to the divine and amplifies your spiritual authority. You are not simply defending against negativity. You are actively cultivating a life of strength, awareness, and alignment. These practices elevate not only your spiritual presence, but also your ability to influence your surroundings positively. You become a beacon of light, a force of clarity, and a chosen one fully awake to your purpose and authority. As we move further into this journey, understand that spiritual protection is not static. It is dynamic, evolving with your awareness and your actions. The forces you face are adaptive. They observe, probe, and attempt to find openings where defenses are weak. Therefore, It is critical to develop layered protection, a multi-dimensional shield that engages your mind, body, and spirit simultaneously. Begin by expanding the sphere of light you visualized earlier, layering it in concentric circles of energy. Each layer has a distinct purpose. One repels negative intent, another dissolves residual fears or doubts, a third fortifies clarity and discernment. Visualize these layers like armor forged from divine light, impenetrable and responsive to your intention. Subtlety is the battleground where many attacks occur. Demonic forces often operate through whispers of fear, fleeting thoughts of self-doubt, or illusions of failure. Recognize these subtle intrusions immediately. They may appear as persistent distractions, an unexplained heaviness in your chest, or a sudden shift in emotional state. When you detect these intrusions, do not react with fear. Instead, redirect your energy consciously. Visualize the intrusion as a dark smoke attempting to enter your sphere. With authority, command it to dissipate, replaced by a purifying light. Repeat affirmations that reinforce your control. I am sovereign. I am protected. No darkness may enter my life. Repetition strengthens your energy and signals to unseen forces that their attempts are futile. Engaging your senses in heightened awareness also fortifies this advanced protection. Sight, sound, touch, and even subtle intuition can be harnessed to detect and neutralize attacks. Pay attention to sudden changes in your environment, unexpected emotional shifts, or impulses that feel foreign to your nature. These may indicate external interference. Once detected, respond with deliberate energy. Cleanse your surroundings, realign your focus, and reinforce your protective layers. Each conscious response erodes the potency of the attack and strengthens your resilience. Another powerful layer of defense involves intention, combined with movement. Energy is not static. It flows, accumulates, and disperses. Engage in practices that actively circulate your energy. Walking meditation, deliberate hand movements, or ritualistic gestures can channel divine light through your body and amplify protection. As you move, visualize the light extending outward, sweeping away stagnant or negative energy. This creates a ripple effect, extending protection not only around you, but into your immediate environment, neutralizing any residual forces seeking entry. Advanced spiritual strategy also includes reclaiming personal power from past influences. Many attacks exploit unresolved trauma, unhealed wounds, or self-limiting beliefs. Take time to confront these areas of vulnerability. Visualize the light entering each memory, each emotional wound, dissolving fear, shame, or doubt. Affirm your ownership of your energy and your right to peace. This space is mine. I reclaim my power. No darkness may reside here. Repeated intentional reclamation creates fortified zones within your consciousness, preventing malevolent forces from exploiting residual weaknesses. It is essential to maintain vigilance during moments of calm. Attacks often exploit relaxation, moments when your attention drifts. Even subtle distractions, entertainment, excessive worry, or negative media consumption can create openings. Maintain a continuous, though gentle, awareness of your energy. Begin and end every activity by checking in with your spiritual state. A simple affirmation or visualization at these transitional moments reinforces your layers of protection, creating continuity and minimizing opportunities for interference. The power of sound cannot be overstated. Chanting, prayer, or vocal affirmations carry vibrations that cleanse and reinforce your spiritual presence. As you speak, imagine each word forming a shield of resonant light that expands beyond your immediate body. These vibrations disrupt negative patterns and establish a fortified energetic field that is difficult to penetrate. Even silent recitation works, as intention amplifies the energy, establishing the same protective effect internally and externally. Advanced protection also involves strategic use of symbols and objects imbued with intention. Crystals, talismans, or sacred artifacts act as anchors for divine energy. Place them in key locations, your workspace, your home, or even carry them with you to serve as continuous conduits of protective energy. Visualize these items radiating light, forming a lattice of protection that integrates with your personal energy field. This is not superstition. It is the conscious use of focus, symbolism, and intention to reinforce spiritual authority. Understanding the temporal nature of attacks is another advanced strategy. Many demonic forces act in cycles, targeting you during predictable times of vulnerability, sleep, transition between tasks, or emotional lows. By recognizing these patterns, you can preemptively reinforce your defenses. Before entering moments of vulnerability, recite protective affirmations, visualize your shield, and align your intention. This proactive approach prevents attacks from gaining momentum and minimizes their impact. Finally, advanced protection involves expansion beyond personal boundaries. Imagine your light extending into the collective, linking with allies, ancestors, and divine forces. This interconnected network amplifies your strength and creates a protective field larger than your immediate space. When your energy interacts with this larger web of light, attacks are dispersed, and your presence becomes a source of clarity and stability for others as well. You are not only defending yourself, you are asserting divine authority that reverberates through the spiritual and energetic realms. By mastering these advanced techniques, you solidify your sovereignty and reclaim dominion over your life. The attacks that once caused fear or disruption now encounter an indomitable presence. Each layer of light, each intentional action, and each affirmation reinforces your position as a chosen one fully awake to your purpose. You are no longer reacting to darkness. You are orchestrating your space with divine authority, creating a life where spiritual interference is neutralized and clarity, peace, and strength prevail. As you progress, understand that spiritual protection is not only about defense, but also about consistent, ritualized engagement. Daily practices form the backbone of your resilience, creating a rhythm of awareness and energy alignment that makes you impervious to attack. Begin each day with a deliberate act of preparation. Sit in stillness, breathe deeply, and visualize your protective sphere expanding outward. With each inhalation, draw in divine energy. With each exhalation, release fear, doubt, and any residual negativity. This daily grounding establishes a pattern of strength that the forces seeking to undermine you cannot penetrate. In addition to grounding, daily ritual involves conscious intention setting. Before you begin any activity, work, communication, travel, declare your energy protected. Speak aloud or internally. I am shielded by divine light. No force can harm me. I move in clarity, strength, and purpose. Repetition of this simple affirmation transforms ordinary actions into acts of spiritual fortification. Over time, these declarations become habitual, making your energy field continuously reinforced, even in moments of distraction or emotional fluctuation. Crisis-specific responses are another essential component of advanced spiritual practice. When a sudden attack occurs, a rush of fear, a surge of negativity, or an unexplainable disruption, act immediately. Visualize your protective layers intensifying, drawing energy from your deepest reserves and from divine sources. Speak authoritative words. By divine will, I reclaim my space. All malevolent influence is nullified physical gestures, such as raising your hands or drawing a circle of light around yourself. Channel intention into action. These responses are immediate, decisive, and leave no room for uncertainty or compromise. It is also vital to maintain vigilance over your inner dialogue. Words and thoughts carry energy that can either strengthen or weaken your protection. Negative self-talk, even if subtle, creates small openings that persistent forces may exploit. Replace every self-critical thought with affirmation, every doubt with clarity. Speak to yourself as a chosen one, imbued with divine authority, and act in alignment with that truth. Your internal landscape shapes the external energetic reality. By mastering it, you fortify not only your personal sphere, but also the effectiveness of all prayers and protective rituals. A key ritual is the cleansing of space and objects. Your environment is an extension of your energy. Regularly remove clutter, open windows to circulate air, and visualize a purifying light sweeping through every corner. Items that carry residual negativity, papers, clothes, or electronics, can be energetically neutralized through ritual. Light candles or incense, recite protective affirmations, and visualize each object bathed in light, becoming part of a sanctified environment. This conscious interaction with your surroundings reinforces the protective shield and reduces potential points of attack. By consciously engaging with your environment in this way, you transform your space into a sanctuary of clarity, strength, and divine energy. Every action, every visualization, and every affirmation contributes to an unbreakable field of protection that surrounds you. As you move through your day, carry this awareness with you, letting your environment reflect the light and power within. In doing so, you not only shield yourself from negativity, but also cultivate a space where peace, focus, and spiritual alignment thrive. Your surroundings become a mirror of your fortified spirit, a testament to your authority as a chosen one walking fully in your power.